Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we have the Lightphone 2 version 438. This update is actually very welcome because it includes a very useful tool, but it also includes a lot of fixes. So let's get started with some of the improvements that Light has listened to you guys and has made. So the first one is when you're making a phone call. Now you will have the ability to have a Bluetooth. So if you're connecting to Bluetooth in somehow, some way, you will have the ability to go in there and connect your headphones directly from the phone screen. There's another upgrade to the way that the shortcuts menu opens. So as you see right there, you can go back and forth between the shortcuts menu. So it's a little bit faster and just a little bit of a better logic. So they kind of like reworked it when you are opening and reopening. Then you have two fixes to current tools. The first one is the podcast tool. So now when you go into the podcast tool and you look at some extra information, you will be able to see the specific details of an episode, and it's not going to truncate anymore, especially when it's a little bit longer. So like right there, the name of the podcast is a little bit longer, so you'll be able to see it without any issues. And there are some fixes to the calendar tool for the month view. So this is the daily view, and now you have the month view right there. Of course, you have your dots that tell you where and when you have appointments. And of course, the bolded one is the day for today. But the tool that I want to highlight is the new one. This one is the directory tool. It goes in conjunction with phone calls, and also it goes in conjunction with your local area, so directions tool as well. So as always, we look for Starbucks, but now you'll be able to find locations for Starbucks. So right there, let's go to the Starbucks here in Broadway, and you'll be able to see right there some information. So you have Starbucks, you have the phone number, and you also have maybe like a little bit of what this is. So what is Starbucks? Seattle-based coffee house chain known for light bites and Wi-Fi availability. But if you click on the address, or actually here on the little map, you can go directly to that search on the directions tool. Or if you go back and you click on the phone call, you will be able to call them directly pretty quickly. So you'll be able to place a call with the directory tool. So if you're looking for something in specific and you want to have some addresses and maybe some extra information, you'll be able to have it there. There is a bookstore called Spell Books. Let's see if it shows up, just kind of to show you a little bit different. This is very new, so it may not be there. Oh, but it is. There it is. So this one was just open a few months ago in the area. And it also gives you some of the availability information right there, customer ratings, and when it's open. So if you're finding some extra information that you need for a business or something in specific, you'll be able to get it now with the directory tool, which I think is something that they probably, kind of wanted to add on its own. Instead of having the directions tool be too bloated and too crowded, they wanted to add the directory tool. Of course, this is an optional tool, and if you don't want to use it, you don't have to, but it's good to know that they're listening to the feedback and creating tools for the Lightphone 2 that make our life easier. So if you have any questions about this device or any of the other devices I have reviewed, make sure to leave them in the comments below. And I have another one that it's going to serve like that very soon. This is the Rabbit. So I know there's a lot of reviews out there for lack of functionality of anything, but I'll be doing a review soon about it. But again, if you have any questions, make sure to put it in the comments below, and I'll be interacting with you guys. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.